Hello, beloved stars. This is Courtney with Stars of Morning Light, and this is the last of three tarot zodiac readings. I don't normally do tarot on this channel. I can do tarot readings. I've done tarot for many a decades. But I felt compelled to do a reading for the rest of the summer, right? So this has been, each one of these has been coming out somewhere in July. So the rest of the summer and into about mid-November-ish for folks before the turn of the year. Um, just because of all the great different energies happening and how much of 2025 is such a big transition year for people. I do call it one of the biggest transition years. I don't know that we have seen in a great long time. And so I'm sure you might be feeling it within yourself and around yourself, watching it, witnessing it. If you think you have, let us know in the comments as to what kind of transitions have you been witnessing or experiencing. This final one has readings for Aries, Libra, Cancer, and Taurus. Now, beloveds, I will tell you there is a very big storm happening as I record this. So you might see some stuff going on. You might also hear my husband stomping around, making sure that the water stays out of the house. Um, where I am located, sometimes we get monsoon type of rain out of nowhere. And we live midway down a very big hill. And so he might be bopping around making sure that we are safe and protected. So if you hear that stuff, roll with it. These videos, all three of them, these readings, I'm just recording as if I were like live. I'm not going to try to edit any of my thoughts, feelings, emotions, what the cards are saying, what is going on around me, within me, and definitely what's going on with the cards. So let us begin. We are doing Aries. Oh, beloved Aries. Them baby fires. I love you guys. Aries. Aries can keep you on your toes. It can definitely keep you on your toes. I think Aries wears themselves out. It's hard to understand the fire within. It really is. Oh, I love you guys. So, Aries, four, as we pick a card. And you'll notice how the flow of how I read these will go. Um, this will be for Aries from now, July 2025, through mid-November 2025. Aries bringing the thunder. Sorry, guys, the rain is a bit distracting. We haven't had one like this in quite a while for Aries. Hold on, guys. For Aries. Ooh. Ooh, lovely Aries. If you want to know the decks that I am using the Akashic Records deck. I am using Sacred Geometry deck. I am using the Mystical Wisdom deck for clarifiers and the Divine Abundance for outcomes. So I'm actually wanting to pick or get a clarifier as before I present the energies, the stuff that can be going on with you, Aries. This is such an Aries card. It really truly is. So clarify Queen of Roses for Aries, for Aries, for Aries, for Aries. Really? Mm. Oh, you get two clarifiers, Aries. Okay. Oh, okay. Lovely. Lovely. So the card that came out, beloved Aries, was Queen of Roses. When I hold this up, you are definitely, this is so Aries, I can't, now because of the light in here, it's going to kind of reflect a little bit to orange. I will tell you is much more red than orange. Um, this is a young queen, a very young maiden type of queen in her gown and surrounded by roses. Surrounded by them. She's holding one up in her hand gently, gently holding that rose up, looking at it and experiencing it. And see, she's standing, even though her throne is, or a very comfortable seat, is right behind her. And a big picturesque window of her land also right there. But she is focused on that one single rosebud. And there's all these other roses to pick from too. I mean, she's surrounded by them. Queen of Roses. So this card actually symbolizes a few different things for beloved Aries. That A, you kind of have your pick. You kind of have your pick, and I do believe in one of the Akashic readings for Aries recently, it was kind of in the same kind of energy, as in there's a whole lot of opportunities out there and that have been presenting themselves. Choose one, right? Choose one. That's kind of what this card represents too. She's got her pick of why she could be holding all the roses, or she could be looking outward at that window, daydreaming about the entirety, the whole. But she really wants to just focus on that one, that one. And so this card actually is inviting you to do that, to cater, focus, study, look into that one thing that you want to immerse yourself in, care about it. Because this card also represents focusing, as in caring about it greatly. Greatly. You're not she's not looking at anything else. She's not even bothering to like sit and get comfortable. She is focused. And the clarifiers to this are making sense to me. You got two of them. This is from the mystical wisdom deck. Beautiful pictures. One is intuition. So I would say, beloved Aries, choose your intuition, as in when you're making the decision on what to focus on, what to put your effort into, what to care about. Between now and mid-November, it might be you're just making the decision, or it might be you've made the decision because you listened to one of the Akashic messages here recently, and now it's time to focus on it. Your intuition will guide you. It says, trust your intuition. And this is an amazing, this deck is kind of designed in like watercolors, very fanciful, lots going on with them. And this has like a unicorn type being down here with a candle coming out of it. She's got her own horn, tons of stuff happening. But if you notice, like there's an opening here too. As in, the intuition is kind of the light within. Also, your mind and what you focus on. There is a opening here. You can take it. You can take it. Trust, trust. There's even hummingbirds in here. Mm. Trusting that they are going to get the nectar out of that flower. Trust your intuition. The second card, though, is Archangel Raphael, provider of healing of mind, body, and spirit. Provider of healing, Archangel Mike, Raphael, of mind, body, and spirit. So I have a feeling if you haven't made a decision on which rose to focus on, and this could be the rose is you. You are the queen of them. If you haven't chosen yet, please consider choosing soon. And choose with your intuition and trust it. And then, if it's kind of difficult to focus on it, that is most likely because you can elicit the help from Archangel Raphael to help heal, remove any blockers, help in the process. And I do want to say that because this card came out about Raphael, I very much do think that the Aries choosing oneself and learning to grow that intuition, trust that intuition, develop the intuition, and focusing on it while healing, healing, healing. And Raphael's available. Just request him to visit. I do believe that this is a lot about you choosing yourself as you are the rose. The name of the card is literally Queen of Roses. She is that rose. She's that beautiful rose. Let us find out though. So we're going to take from the Sacred Geometry deck. Actually, no, we're going to take from the Divine Abundance deck. These are all just Oracle decks, except the Akashic Records deck is more, it reads like tarot. It's actually, it's one of my favorite decks. I do love tarot, but I figured to spice it up a little bit, use decks people might not know. Um, the And at the very end of this, I will be pulling a quote for each sign. So stick through and listen for the others that you adore. So, outcome for this would be the outcome of this energy of you focusing on that one particular thing that needs a gentle hand, that needs care, right? Roses are so fine if it's just this little rosebud that's just kind of just coming open. They're so fine and delicate. She's holding it with both hands in front of her. All right, outcome. This is the outcome for Aries. For the Queen of the Roses. Oh, oh, oh. Yeah. Oh, interesting. Okay. Okay. Let's pull one more. I'll show why. This is good. This is good. Let's do one more for the Queen of Roses, Aries. It just wants me to do the top. Oh, beloved Aries. Okay. All right, let's have a talk. Let's have a talk. We gotta talk. Okay, so one of these actually was like, no, we want it to be more clarified. And so one of the outcomes or one of the aspects to this is actually sacrifice. Sometimes surrender is painful. God's cutting away all that needs to go. Illusions, obsessions, addictions. It's a sacrifice to love. This card within, what are you choosing? What are you focusing on? Do we have to lay down some stuff? Do we need to ignore all these other roses? Is that rose in her hand so precious to her, needs the attention, needs the care, that she is not paying attention to what's going on outside with her kingdom. She is not even willing to sit down because this needs her attention. She's even willing to not let those other roses get in the way. Sacrifice. And so then I turned to the deck and I said, okay, give me the full outcome then, because wow, this is lovely. This is lovely. Let go. Choose, let go, right? Use Archangel Michael to even help you through the letting go process, the healing, the removing blockers. I even said that. Help, get help. Trust your intuition. It's going to help you. It's going to tell you this is what you need to focus on. This is the only thing that should even be within your fingertips right now. And if you do all that, freedom. I no longer want this fiery ring of resentment to block the good. Release me from its bonds. Oh my goodness. Aries, after all these cards have come out, I do believe that this is you choosing you. You healing, you removing any blockers, addictions, past habits and behaviors that do not serve you, and focusing on that beautiful, fragile, vulnerable side within. Maybe this is child work. Beautiful, gentle, the one within that is lovely, just like a rose. And then if you do so, trusting your intuition, asking Archangel Raphael for help to heal that mind, body, and soul. Freedom, freedom, freedom. Oh, oh, freedom from resentments, freedom from all those things that do not serve. All those little other roses, those could be a whole mix of things. And she's focused on that one rose. Oh, she's focused on that one rose. Sorry, that was me. That was not for you. That was not it. Um, mm. Oh, Aries. That's beautiful. That's lovely. All right, what I pull now is a sacred geometry card. So it can represent the energy that can help you through this. But Archangel Michael is saying, hey, just call me. Just call me. I'm here. It's time. It's ready. Look at you. You're young. Regardless of how old you are, it is the process. It's in its infancy, right? Start it. Do it. Oh, I love it. All right, what energy does Aries need? Yeah, yeah. Aries, Number 38, remembrance. The frequency of remembrance supports our memory of everything that we have gone through as a soul in body, providing us with the valuable information and tools to flow gracefully with and in this life. Oh, Aries, remembrance, remembrance. Every time that doubt comes in, am I doing this right? Am I letting go of the right things? As you're trying to build and trust your intuition, remember, remember who you are. Remember all the things that you have gone through, Aries, and how you've come out the other side in this life and a whole bunch of past lives. Mm. Remember how smart, intelligent, strong, faithful, caring. Oh, all of it. Remember how you deserve this freedom. Oh, goodness, Aries. Of course, you're starting the video tonight and you started it off with such a most beautiful message that all people could receive, but this is for you. This is for you. You are going to have to let go of some stuff. Okay? This is for you. Choose you. Remember who you are. Remember how great and worthy and you are. You are. You are that queen of roses. Regardless of masculine, feminine, what have you. You are divine incarnate, and it is lovely. It is lovely. So please, please focus on the one. You. You. Trust that intuition. Make, let go of some stuff. Let go of some stuff. Remember it's worth it. Remember you're worth it. Remember everything that can fuel your um transformation. Remember to call on Raphael. He wants to help. That's it. That's like his job. That's his job. Let him help. And he's a great guy. He really is. He's a great guy. He wants to help. Archangel Raphael, call on him. And to have the outcome be freedom, you're the first to receive that. I don't know if anybody's, no, no one's received that. As far as these readings, and I've done a lot of readings in my life, outcomes are usually not freedom. So, wow, Aries, welcome. Finish off your 2025, focused on what brings you joy. And hopefully, what brings you joy is you. Love it. Stay tuned till the very end to get your quote for how to move forward. Next on the list is Libra. So, beloved Libra, 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 Libra. I'm just shaking my cards a little bit. Usually I do two of them and then I have to kind of cleanse them in the middle of it. Libra, Libra. I will shuffle for you. Libra, Libra. Libra, this is for now, July 2025 into mid-November. Libra. Libra, I know a bunch of Libras out there. Bunch of Libras out there doing their thing. God, I really do love Libras. I love hanging out with Libras. I love they really are a good time. They are such a good time. They Libras can really show us how to let go. which I appreciate. I'm so much fixed signs that I love hanging out with Libras to be like, yeah, let's just let go. Let's not worry about it right now. So thank you. Thank you for that service to humanity, because that is the balance now, isn't it? So, all right. The rest of 2025 into mid-November for Libra. Libra, 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 Libra. Hmm. Libra, Libra. Oh, Libra. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna pull a clarifier real quick before I present you with this. It is the Three of Forces, and it's called the Bird's Nest. Libra. Oh my goodness, I love it. Let's pull a clarifier just in case. Just in case. Oh, that makes me happy. I love this card. I really do. Um, for Libra, clarifier for the bird's nest. Oh, clarifier for the bird's nest. Yep. Oi. Okay, Libra. Okay, this has actually come out for somebody else, and I don't remember who. Hmm. Maybe you two should get together and go on vacation. So, the bird's nest. Three of Forces, the bird's nest. This is a great card. That is literally what it looks like. It's a mama bird feeding her baby birds. There's some butterflies flying around. This is such a beautiful card in its simplicity and meaning. It is representing that home, that taking care of the well-being of the home, relaxing, enjoying. If you are a Libra parent, this is taking care of your kids. This is focusing on their needs. If you are single without children, if you are older, and all your kids are grown, this is more your home, like the term nesting, right? We use that term to this day of, well, especially in the fall or the autumn, I should say. We use that term all the time. I'm nesting, like you're creating the home, right? This card does represent that. First, it represents taking care of, you know, your kids or offspring of some sort, right? Those that you're responsible for. But if that is not the case, the second meaning to this card is also putting your home together in order, in structure, in completion in a way, in a lot of ways, just to the way that you like it so you can have peace of mind and joy. That's why it's the bird's nest, because it symbolizes they had to grab every single one of those little twigs to create that. So this card does have those two meanings. So if you don't have kids, it's still there. But this is what's interesting. The clarifier that came out for you is vacation. Take time for relaxation and adventure. Hmm. So if this is the bird's nest and nesting and taking care of the kids and all sorts of just peace of mind knowing that everybody will be fed. Everything is okay. All is right in the world. That's the representation of the butterfly flying around. You are very secure in this nest, right? You are very provided for in this nest, Libra. If you are young and you don't have either one of these, do trust as far as like kids and your own, home. You might still be living at home with people. That is fine. That is fine. It's the trusting that you can venture out as well, that you can treat yourself, that taking time and relaxation for adventure is also needed to kind of balance out the workload, balance out, um, let's say you got done putting that nest together, everything is fine, everything is good. Those little birds need to learn how to fly at some point. They need to get out too. They need to enjoy. They need to go on an adventure. So do you. But this also being the clarifier, I do want to say one of the things that I'm thinking. So when I'm nesting, it's for me it's like a thing. Like I'm redecorating a bunch of, and not to like a big extent, but it's like I'm moving the furniture. I might even repaint a wall or two. I'm moving stuff, I'm doing stuff. That's me putting my nest together in order to enjoy the relaxation in my home. My home is my own adventure, right? All of that, something new, right? Something new, it all feels new. That's how I nest. It's not just washing the winter blankets and setting them out. No, my nesting is getting my house in order, everything new and around, as in everything's very clean. I changed this up, I changed that up. I make it kind of a new environment to make it so much easier for me to enjoy myself and relax. That could be part of this as well, along with trust that everything is being provided for. This bird is feeding the babies. That if you are seeking to, I don't know, treat yourself to getting away, you and the kids, or just you, if you're seeking that, trust that it will be provided and you will be safe. You will have all your needs met. Everything is okay. So, really, Libra, probably because I know a lot of Libras. I know a lot. I even started with that of like, I know a lot of Libras. Um, Now also watch this channel, right? So I was giving a lot of different scenarios because no, that's the one thing about Libras too is, man, th there are no two alike. They are, it's like their energy can be similar, but the way they go about sharing that energy is different for each one of them. It's amazing. And they're very much their own person. They're individuals. So probably because I do know a lot of Libras, there are a lot of different examples there, right? As to what the bird's nest can actually mean. Some of you that do have kids, yeah, trust that you're providing, trust that you're building a good home for them, right? Those who don't, or you're too young, too old, didn't do it, that's fine. Because it's still about creating that nest, that peace within and around. So if you need to go on vacation to do that as well, clear your mind, take a little adventure, relax. So when you get home, it's more peaceful. I mean, this is July, but this is supposed to go from July to mid-November of 2025. I didn't talk too much about the vacation thing because, you know, it because of all those months, right? I was trying to focus more on the nesting aspect. But because this is being released in July, and usually by this time in the summer, there can be tension in the home, there can be tension within, right? Everybody's going a little cuckoo, right? We're going a little cuckoo in the summer months, especially in the northern hemisphere, because of the heat and the tons of work we got to get done and the lack of sleep, all sorts of stuff. And the kids are home. Oh my goodness, all sorts of stuff. So if you do need to give yourself some respite, right? A little relaxation, take a trip. Um, oh, I apologize. Oh, I'm feeling the heat of these lights already. Usually I can get through longer. Okay, and this is the outcome for lovely Libra and the bird's nest. Oh, oh, oh. Well, Libra. Oh, how cool. So that peace of mind that creating a home in a way. Also, if you need to take a little vacay, take a little vacay. The outcome of this, expansiveness. Eternity is far more creative than the rigid constraint, yeah, an exhausted ego. Eternity is far more creative than the rigid, constrained, and exhausted ego. Mm. More butterflies. A completely different deck. All right, Libra. You need some solace. It sounds like you need to maybe, yes, create a space. I am a firm believer that all homes, regardless of you live there alone or if you live there with many, all homes need some place, if not the entire building, the entire apartment, house, townhome, what have you, car, the entire, if it's not the entirety, that some place needs to be like a sanctuary. Needs to be like a sanctuary. Because this is trying to say expansiveness can be the result. Like we can lay down our rigidness, our all of the concepts and restraints. What did it say? The exhausted ego. Maybe that exhausted ego needs to take a vacation. Maybe that exhausted ego that we can let go of in expansiveness if we create some kind of little sanctuary. And that is what I meant by when I nest, Libra, when I nest, make my home a nest, right? And I do this at least once a year, really good. And it is going to be in the future coming months, right? I get done some of my home projects that I need to fix. I move things around, like I said. I get all feng shui about it, right? For me and mine, I'm creating a sanctuary for me and mine. That should be for everyone. That really should, there should be a spot, if not the entire place, that is some kind of sanctuary. And I think if you do that and you use it for relaxation to let go, expansiveness can come. Expansiveness can come. Or you and your kids need to go on a vacation, get creative with it, adventure. Just trust that everything will be provided for. Because this card very much is everything will be taken care of. If you do want a new house, a new home to live in, it's going to be taken care of. If you do want to go on vacation, it's going to be taken care of. If you do want peace of mind that is based out of the sanctuary that you are creating in your living space, it will be taken care of. It will. And the result of that expansiveness, grander knowing, oh my goodness, laying down the exhausted ego, laying down being rigid, which Libra, it's kind of interesting that says that because what I do know of Libras is it takes quite a lot for them to become rigid. Like a lot's been piled onto them. Maybe just the stress of not knowing if things will be provided for. It takes a lot. In my experience of observing Libras, I don't know much about the sign in its entirety, but out of my observation, it takes quite a lot of stress and worry about will things be provided for to make them become rigid. So if that has been the case, eternity is far more creative than the rigid, exhausted ego. I think creativity, vacation, adventure, even if it's in the backyard, get your house into a more comfortable space. Definitely. And you got some months to work on this. So we don't, I'm going to be working on mine. So why don't we just make a deal right now, Libra? I'm going to be working on mine. I got to go on a little trip at the beginning of August. Okay. So that might be my little vacation. I'm actually, I have like five to four placements of Libra. Maybe it's talking to me too, right? I'll be going away around the 1st of August. And then when I get back, I am going to be slowly putting my house into order so that by late September, October, I can really do the whole nice nesting sanctuary process, right? So we can do this together. We can do it together if you would like that. I'm totally down with doing it together. Yes. And then I do know that within that peace of mind, the coming home to the sanctuary, the being able to relax, I know I become more expansive, right? I lay down my fears. I lay down a lot of the worldly uh fears and issues and whatnot. I have more peace of mind. So, I think that's what we're looking at. And we can do it together. Sure, why not? I'll do it with you. Sure. All right, let's look at the energy that Libra needs to kind of carry them through this, right? For the bird's nest. This is from the Sacred Geometry deck. Whoa, interesting. So, beloved Libra, number 32, Merkaba. The frequency of Merkaba supports our ability to use our consciousness to transverse into layers of reality and dimensions. It activates our access to our Akashic inheritance as well, merging the totality of our experiences into our present to serve our highest purpose. Well, well. I think out of all the readings right now, Libra, I think you are definitely the most interesting, which I wouldn't put that past you, Libra, right? There are so many layers to Libras. Merkaba, beloved Libra. Well, if this is the energy that you need to remember to focus on, it will carry you through. No wonder expansiveness is your outcome. Wow. Libra, beloved, please just get your house in order. Get your house, your little sanctuary, your little nest. Get your kids in order. Hopefully, if you have kids, they're going off back to school here soon. Give yourself that gift of relaxation, maybe a little adventure, even if it's just a day trip. Treat yourself to that, please, because if Merkaba and expansiveness are coming out together, beloved Libra, this is not a big, tall order of getting your house together, laying down the world for a moment and enjoying yourself with a little relaxation and creating that sanctuary spot for yourself. I can't imagine. I can't imagine what the result if this is your result. Expansiveness. This is the energy that's going to carry you through. Merkaba supports our ability to use our consciousness to transverse into other layers of reality and dimensions. Oh my goodness. So if you need to create like a little spot to meditate, I'm Libra, take what you want and leave the rest. I think that this is fully emphasizing you can really go anywhere in your mind, take that vacation in your mind. But the biggest thing is this is the main card. This is the main card. And this main card represents trusting you will be provided for, put your house in order, and have peace of mind. That's the three main topics of this card, right? And if you have this energy supporting you, Merkaba, I and the, and it's saying, hey, line up, relax, take a little, have some adventure, get creative. And then this is the result, expansiveness. Oh my goodness, Libra. I wish I mean, I might have to remind myself to come back in November and be like, what's going on, Libra? How much growth, depth of wisdom, understanding, fun, creativity, peace of mind, all of it. How much has occurred in your life these last 6 months, 5 months of uh, human change? Because like I said, we are in one of the biggest years of transition for all humans. Your outcome is expansiveness. I mean, Libra, treat yourself, get some relaxation, trust that everything will be provided for, regardless of what you think you might want to do. Like if you, however you need to design your sanctuary or get to your sanctuary, um, wow. It's like I want to pull another outcome card, but I don't because life is meant to be full of surprises. It's meant to get excited about what's on the other side, what's around the bend. So I'm excited for you. I'm going to be putting my house in order, but I don't think my outcome is going to be more expansiveness. That is for you, and I am too excited. Oh my goodness. Stay tuned till the very end, Libra, to get a quote that will, help you kind of keep going and not worry. Oh my gosh, go out there and go in there. Go out there and go in there and don't worry about the surprises because you are provided for. Everything is groovy and gravy and sweet and joy, and it will all lead to using that Merkaba, which is you. We're all Merkabas, into expansion. Man. That's making me real happy. I'm hoping it makes you happy. And you don't even have to do much. Like you're not having to work on it. Like you have to, yeah, put your house in order and like maybe create a spot. If not the entire house, a spot for you to go and meditate, relax, let the world wash away from you in that spot, right? And yes, you might need to treat yourself to, I don't know, a day trip or something a little creative, a little out of the box, a little adventure, a little way to relax, right? Um, Treat yourself to that and then just let it flow. Trust that all is provided for and let it flow. I'm excited. I can't wait. If you're catching this, Libra, later, like much later, like it's September or so, let us know in the comments as to what's been going on with you, because that's great. That's amazing. All right, I'm gonna move on to Cancer. All right, Cancer. Hmm. Okay, Cancer. Cancer, Cancer, Cancer. Actually, as I'm recording this, Cancer season is ending. It is ending, or once this definitely airs, Cancer season will be done. Um, Beloved Cancers. So many Cancers too in my life. Oh, I love Cancers. Those beautiful oceans. All right. So, Cancer, this is for now, July of 2025. Happy birthday. Um, to mid-November 2025, basically 2 seasons of energy for you. Oh, I do have to clear these because I already did two readings. I gotta cleanse them all, guys. Yeah, stick with me. So, why am I doing this? Because the energies of 2025, just to give us a little bit of extra awareness, right? July of 2025. Um, it's interesting because I was telling the patrons of Stars of Morning Light that it would be like it's kind of rocky. It's kind of rocky for individuals and the collective, right? It's kind of rocky, like we're a bit shaking, right? We're a bit shaking. It's been interesting because I'm recording this on July 21st. It's kind of interesting to watch how that's played out for people. It's a little bit, shaky, not on such even ground. It's been interesting to watch those who are more stable opposed to those who are not. Um, Not in judgment, just, okay, okay, got it. Like, because everybody's shaking. The earth is shaking. The sky is shaking. The planets are shaking. Everybody's shaking. All things are connected. So I figured, why not let these tarot readings, because especially for those who have been shaken too much. I mean, I know people that are still, losing their jobs, losing their relationships, big life changes, being diagnosed with stuff, right? Um, big life changes for a lot of people, and that shakes their world, their bubble, right? So I was hoping that these tarot readings would kind of give us a little bit of clarity as to what to focus on, what to think about, what to apply, right? And do as you will. No one's There are no rules, there is no enforcement. So, beloved Cancer, you know that. Beloved Cancers. All right, Cancer for July 2025 into mid-November. Wow, yeah. Oh, interesting. I bet you might get two clarifiers. So on Really, Cancer? The card that came out was Archangel Michael. Number nine, Archangel Michael from the Akashic Records deck. Um, well, Michael symbolizes a lot of things, and let's hold this picture up. And as you can see, big, huge wings and whatnot. But there are two kids that are kind of holding on to him, right? Um, and he's looking down at him, standing mighty, standing tall. Um, and these two kids are there. Uh, a lot of people, I'm just going to speak for a moment. A lot of people perceive Michael as very strong, and it's because of all the stories. And sometimes we confuse strong as in strength, as in um non non-approachable, non-caring, when in my experience, Michael actually is one of the most endearing of any of the archangels. Like he really genuinely cares. He really, if you're crying, it's either going to be Michael or Raphael who will show up to sit with you with those tears. Michael will always take care of children. He will always protect children. He he's got a heart that a lot of people might not, because he's such associated with being strong and his sword and fighting this and fighting that. And it's not that he's not. It's not that he's not that. I mean, he's always ready for he's always ready to throw down. But at the same time, he's willing to just sit with you. And if you need an ear to talk to, if you need a presence to be with when you're down and out and crying, he actually is quite like Cancer, mighty like the ocean, but sensitive and empathic like water. He very much, yeah, his personality reminds me of Cancer's. So let's grab some clarifiers as to why Michael? Why'd Michael come out for you, okay? Let's look at that. I'm touching the Akashic deck to make sure and ask it if there's another card. No, that is your card. I don't. So let's see if there's a couple more clarifiers, Cancer. It's literally telling me the first two cards. Okay. Okay, Cancer. Oh my goodness, you got another angel. Okay, Cancer. Just as water slips through our fingers, right? You're being a little bit elusive to me. So your clarifiers, the first one is illusion. Illusion. Embrace the truth. That's what it says. Embrace the truth. And this is a woman kind of looking like Cinderella in a way, walking through a mirror to the other side. Um, and your other clarifier to Archangel Michael is Archangel Gabriel, messenger of creativity and hope. Once again, um, surrounding themselves with kids. Okay. Embrace the truth. Embrace the truth. Step out of the illusion. Archangel Gabriel, Archangel Michael. Wow, Cancer. If this is for now until mid-November, I mean, some of you, yes, this is going to be like your children related, not in a bad way. Just, be there for your kids more. But this is more coming to me as in, um, I don't want to say shadow work, but awakening. And sometimes with awakening, it's okay. So let's say oh my goodness, we become awakened to something, and wow, that just shattered my illusions. That just shattered my reality. Oftentimes, when that happens, we kind of revert back in and sink into ourselves because we got to process, especially the cancers. Cancers process in a way because they're also taking in the world. Cancer is known as the cosmic sponge that is just soaking up all the energies. So if that reality, all those energies kind of start breaking around them, they very much need that alone time. They very much need to take care of themselves. And so I do think like inner child work is going to be needed. And I think a lot of it, a lot of it. Because if we're going to embrace the truth, then we're going to get to the other side of this stuff. The fact that Michael came. And Michael in this deck, he does it, it is strength, but it's like personal strength and it is that care. He is willing to show up for you. But I knew immediately if this is the main card for you for basically the remainder of 2025, that this was Michael not showing up to fight your battles, but Michael to show up to sit by you and to listen and to cheer you on and to help you process. So Cancer, and then this was the first clarifier card, illusion, embrace the truth. And then for the second clarifier to be Archangel Gabriel, the messenger of creativity and hope. Yeah, I think beloved Cancers, there's going to be some stuff that you're going to have to process. Let's just say process. You're going to have to process a bit of your reality. You're going to have to, which will probably revert back to inner childhood work. And Michael is definitely there to help you. And Gabriel is now showing up wanting to help you, probably a bit more at the tail end or towards more of your healing and growth to give you a new eyes in this new land of once you embrace the truth. Because here's the thing about stepping out of the illusion. You still don't know what you're looking at. I that's the thing about waking up and going through a process and shedding things and healing things, seeing things that we might have never even seen before, even if it happened and we're aware of it. Embracing the truth is the truth in its entirety, stepping into somewhat of a whole new reality for ourselves. I am positive Michael wants to help you through this process, but that still doesn't mean that we know exactly what we're looking at. So Gabriel is willing to show up and say, here's some creativity and hope. Because I love all, right? He's here to say, yeah, Michael is focused on you. I'm inspiring you. Michael is focused on getting you through the process. Now let's have some inspiration. How do you serve? How do you help? How do you help others? But beloved Cancer, you gotta walk this, babe. You do. You gotta get through this. This is what it's all about. Michael coming out first. was him, of course, Michael being the one to step out in front and say, hey, this one, this Cancer, this is mine. This is mine. I'm here for them right now. I'm showing up. But this is what it's really about. Stepping out of the illusion and allowing that process to happen. And then Gabriel can come in and with these new set of eyes, after a lot of this healing, a lot of this introspective work, a lot of, you know, figuring out where, when, how, why, all sorts of stuff. Gabriel can come in and give you some creative direction and hope and all sorts of things. This is good. This is beautiful, Cancer. I have to say, Cancer, we all actually have to do this at different intervals in life. And this being 2025, well, if there's going to be any year that you do it, if it's going to be any year that you're going to do it, now is the time. I love you. Your beloved Cancers are so. Cancers are like, to me, you know how we all say we're all mirrors of one another? See, our beloved Cancers are the ocean. That's the biggest mirrors. So unfortunately, Cancers, you tend to sometimes have to go through things before others because we have to see ourselves in your big mirror to understand what's going on with us. And that's why they're like the cosmic sponge and soaking everything in, just like how the ocean just everybody dumps their trash into Cancers, right? It's so we can actually see the trash that we're dumping. You are, in my opinion, you are one of the most powerful, amazing signs, zodiac signs that serves humanity. And unfortunately, sometimes you got to be a front runner in experiences. So we can then witness ourselves through you when it's reflected back to us and go, that's what's going on. That's what's happening right now. There is actually times, especially in the past, that I was telling people, hey, find a Cancer in your life and watch what they're going through. So you can actually start to identify what's happening around you energetically. Because the Cancers, if you watch them, they'll show you. They are our mirrors. They are our biggest mirror. And so thank you for your service, Cancer. Thank you. And this, though, this is for you. This is for you to process you, process from when that illusion breaks, when you start embracing the truth, which I do think will revert back into some inner child work that needs to happen. Rely on Michael. I cannot stress to you when I was doing so much of my inner child work, you know who showed up? Michael. Michael was the one, not Raphael for me. Michael was the one that I yelled about things with, I cried about things with. He explained things. He helped me see things in different ways. It was Michael who showed up to do that. He does not, fighting battles, not always with swords. Sometimes it's through tears, and he gets that. So, what would be the outcome for you, Cancer? The outcome. Cancer. Cancer. Cancer's making me work for it. Cancer. Can Cancer? I think they want two outcomes. Cancer, 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 cancer. Can Oh, wow. Yeah, they do. Oh, do, 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 do. No, no. Here we go. You see, all good work. You'll be doing good work. Oh. Okay, I see why. This deck in this video, it wasn't doing it in the last couple of videos. This outcome deck it was the outcomes before, but I think it just wants to also help with clarifying and giving outcomes. Maybe that deck is like, I want to work a lot tonight. I don't know. My decks do like to work. Um, because well, I think yeah, the first one that came out was allowing. Radical acceptance says yes to reality in any given moment, so what's needed can come next. Interesting, because it also said embrace the truth, illusions. And this is saying allowing. Radical acceptance says yes to reality in any given moment. So you can handle what's coming next. This is okay. Yep, whatever is going to kind of break the illusion, well, then that also usually has a scrambling, like I said. Because just because we wake up, that does not mean that we know what we're looking at. It does not know that we understand what's going on. So usually we're bopping around trying to figure it out. So this is the other card that came out. Invite help. Invite the divine to pursue you. Seriously, just say, I'm finally ready, God. Pursue me. And you got two angels that came out in your reading? Yeah, this is something's gonna wake you up, rattle your reality, and within that, kind of go with the flow, allow whatever, because it didn't say like the reality. It said radical acceptance says yes to reality in any given moment. Meaning, whatever is happening in that particular reality in that moment, as you're still trying to figure out who am I, what's going on, what is true, be ready. Say yes. Because why? You're saying, hey, this might actually be God pursuing me. This might be an opportunity. This might be Michael is handling some stuff. This might be, even though I'm on the other side, even though I'm on the other side, I need to meet all these people, right? Let me do it this way. I need to meet all these people. I need to figure out, do I still wear this dress? Do I not wear this dress? What am I doing? Yeah, you've got this. I remember at the tail end towards it, I think Gabriel will show up for you and give you such creative direction and hope. He's there for you now, right? Because you do need some creativity in this allowing of acceptance, this radical acceptance. Oh, this is great. This is great. And who doesn't need some God in their life, right? I yeah, God, pursue me, help me, be with me. Yeah, that's beautiful. I do still, because it's saying invite help in, and you got two angel cards, and it's saying just say, God, hey, I'm gonna need your help with this one. I'm gonna definitely need your help with this one. And then the radical allowance, the allowing. It's allowing people, places, and things around you to be as they are, as you are sorting out, as you are healing, as you're doing that inner child work. Just say yes, sure. You do you, boo. That's what that card is. You do you. I'll roll with you if I can. If not, I'm doing this over here. Like don't stress too much. Just allow people, places, and things to be who they are. And you really can't right now because your illusion is is falling away. You're seeing things for what they really were, have been, but there is hope for the future, right? There's a lot of hope for the future. So you need to invite that help in. I'm telling you, Cancer, this is really good. Really, really good. I'm not saying it's easy. That I'm definitely not saying. That I'm definitely not saying because I do think this is going to be a ride. I think this is I think this is some deep healing, like not just radical acceptance. I think this is radical healing within that allowing of people, places, and things to be as they are, to do as they are, while your illusion of what has always been starts to shatter even more so. And you start to awaken to all these things, and you're going to need direction. So invite help in. Michael and Gabriel are there for you. Let's pick an energy. Let's see what energy can carry you through this. For Cancer, for Cancer, Cancer, Cancer. Huh? Yeah. Oi. Okay. Yes, of course. Okay, beautiful Cancer. This is the year of change for you. I mean, I'm feeling it. I mean, that change of like truly beginning to heal, like that deep, deep healing that you will never go back to where you came from. Like this image is this woman finally, yeah, kind of walking through this mirror, but do you see how her hands are behind her and she's fully walking chest out, heart forward into this new world? She is not going back. This is the energy to carry you through. Number 11, belief. The frequency of belief supports our sense of self-worth based on our gifts and talents and a strong connection to source. Yeah, Cancer, you got this. If you need a community, we are a community here at Stars of Morning Light. We are a community on Patreon. You've got this. Believe you are connected to source. Allow you are talented, you are gifted, you're I can't give you self-worth, but I can tell you you are worthy of it. You deserve great things, Cancer. Great, great things. This is a process right now for you. I love it. Number 11, believe. Believe in yourself. Believe you can do this. Believe in all of this. This is not easy. Worth it? Definitely. Definitely. Worth it to a level that I wish I could express. Definitely worth it. Rely on Michael. Rely on Gabriel. Invite your higher power in to be with you. Allow people, places, and things to move about and do about as they will because you're coming to understand you never really got it in the first place. And things are kind of falling apart around you internally, a little bit of externally, a whole lot of inner child work is going to be happening, a lot of internal stuff. You've got this. You've got this. This is a healing process that I have not seen that kind of when Michael first came out for you, Cancer, it was my first thought to go, wow, because that. when he comes out first like that, when I do quick readings like this is a quick reading for me, by the way. Um, when he comes out first like that, like he's running this, he's the one showing up first. I know as who I am as a reader, my deck, that kind of stuff. I know that that means, oh, great healing is upon us. Great healing, right? Um, because Michael's the one that'll cut them cords. Michael will cut everything out that you're ready to get rid of. Michael will do so much. Everybody does associate Raphael with healing. I'm Raphael is that. He is more of an energetic. He is more of a um like how do I this is what I would say. Like Archangel Raphael to me is more like if you're actually paying for counseling and you're going to a counselor and it's working out really well. The counselor is Raphael. Or if you're paying to get like energy healing done and you're like you're very much seeking it out and you're receiving exactly what that is healing. When when Michael is more like that really entrusted friend who will go the distance with you and, you know, lay down with you in bed if you have not taken a shower in 5 days. Michael don't care. He's gonna lay down, talk you through it, inspire you to get up, help you through it. He's the one that will trudge through the mud with you. When Raphael is a little bit more refined in his style of healing, if that kind of makes sense, right? So with Michael showing up, yeah, that's a lot of healing. That's in all sorts of variations, right? So kudos to you, Cancer. You got this. You got this in a way that you ain't never going back. You got this in a way that when you get through this change, it is never, you are never coming back to any past illusions. So congratulations. Congratulations, Cancer. Stick through until the very end for a quote on that's yours. That will be yours to just help you remember, just help you know, throughout the months. I am moving finally to the end. Taurus, beloved Tauruses. Taurus is at the very end of this entire three parts, three-part playlist. Oh, beloved Taurus, thank you for being patient, which I'm sure you are. You beautiful Earth, I'm sure you are. Thank you for being patient. All right, Taurus, Taurus. So, beloved Taurus, this is a reading for July of 2025 through mid-November. You are the last on the list. You have served well, greatly. You're doing great. Let's see. You know what's interesting is I only have, with all these other signs, I have quite a few, some signs I have quite a few. Like I do have a quite many Pisces and Cancers in my life, a lot of water signs. Um, uh, I don't have that many Tauruses. I really don't. Like I have maybe a handful of Taurus. Not like as much as water. Um, but I kind of like that because y'all are very unique. And when I do kind of really enjoy a Taurus, I really enjoy them. Like they're my go-to in some ways. And a lot of the earth signs are like that with me. So, thank you for being you, Taurus. To whomever you're a Taurus with, thank you. All right, Taurus. Taurus. For July 2025 through mid-November, Taurus. Taurus. Oh, Taurus. And of course, Taurus is going to make you work. That is one thing about Tauruses. They're workers. They're such workers. And I can be a lazy cat and be like, can't we just lay here, Taurus? Um, Taurus, you are at the end here somewhere. Bottom of the deck, right? Okay. Oh, fancy this. I believe the one we started with, which was Aquarius, got the same card. I I do believe so. Interesting. Two of Roses, Winged Messengers. So let's pull some clarifiers. If memory serves me right, I think Aquarius got this card. Interesting. Aquarius and Taurus getting the same card. This is why we pull clarifiers. Hmm, hmm, interesting. Let's see. Because now it's gonna be down to the clarifiers as to how this card wants to represent itself for Taurus. Taurus winged messengers. Taurus winged messengers. Taurus winged messengers. Right here. Taurus winged messengers. Hold on, Taurus. Yeah. Taurus winged messengers. Okay, interesting. I'm having some cards repeat for you. Um, hmm. So, beloved Taurus, Two of Roses. I do believe this came out for Aquarius, which is who started this three-part series, and you're finishing this three-part series, Winged Messengers. So, you're in a field. There's a table there with a tea set on it. There is a kind of angel winged being way above. Then there's a big hawk. Then there's like these little stubby kind of trees, not fully formed. And then there is a house of some kind, structure of some kind far in the back. That house, so you know, in this, because you're not going to be able to make it all the way out. Um, it's kind of in sections. You ever seen a house that's like, okay, here's a section, then they added this on, and then they added that on, and then they added this on. That's the type of house this is. That's the type, right? And your reading is going to go different than Aquarius did. The hawk has a letter in it, a stamped letter, which is awesome. The tea set is there. It is designed for two people to be there, but yet no one's sitting there. Yet no one's sitting there. Those tree type things kind of grow like vines, and there is this card in all of its. I forgot what's on the chair. I think there's a pair of gloves or something on the chair, on one of the chairs. Here's the thing. This is your clarifier. Beautiful Taurus. Self-reliance. Don't be afraid to fly solo. Self-reliance. So that's why I'm saying yours is going to read very different than Aquarius that I believe got this, because this is telling me why there's nobody in those chairs. This is what's telling me why that house it's not fully finished, right? It's not fully finished, or it's a few different people's ideas all kind of meshed into one. Um, but the thing about winged messengers, that is that does represent exactly what it says. It could be postal mail, stamped letter. It could be the birds in the sky trying to give you messages. It could be angelic messages. It could be winged messengers. When they say postal mail, it's because, if I have to send a letter, across the states or even across this globe, it's usually going on a plane, right? Interesting, though, that you also have self-reliance. Don't be afraid to fly solo. Fly. Fly solo. Winged messengers. So in your case, the winged messengers card as in regards to nobody showed up for tea. You didn't even show up for tea. Please take that in, Taurus. You didn't even show up to tea. That I do believe change as far as identifying what to leave, what to maybe let go of, and gaining more information as to how to fly solo is going to be coming through less emails and more actual messages. It could be spiritual from angelic beings, it could be from Mother Nature, it could be from an old friend who all of a sudden you get a letter in the mail from uh, that gives you the inspiration and the strength to trust that you do have self-reliance, that you can make it in this world, that you can not come to the table, that you can make choices, that you can make choices, and you can walk away even if the projects aren't done. I do believe that this is more representative of that. Because this table normally, it means communication with another. Let's just say it that way. And it could be communication as you're both invited, you're waiting for them to show up, but it can also mean walking away from continuous conversation with another when it's not going anywhere. Like this is the table is a good few acres away from that apparent structure building home. That is a very kind of broken down in some spots, put together in other spots, this and that. It is far from that as far as walking distance wise. This is this is a card about communication, but it's also as it's inviting you to question, do you have the conversation or do you not have the conversation? And if you don't know which way to go, trust those with wings. And I have a feeling because it literally says fly solo, that this is start trusting yourself. Oftentimes we think that we have to have a conversation on about stuff, when in oftentimes we just gotta, I don't know, not show up. And I'm not a fan of like ghosting. I'm not talking about ghosting here. I'm talking about making that choice as to do I stay or do I go? How do I handle this? Not ghosting, that's children do that. Um, because that leaves nobody, that leaves just a question lingering, you know. Um, This is definitely somehow a message is going to come through. It's going to give you the inspiration to trust that you can have self-resilience and you do not have to show up to the table if you don't want to show up to the table. That's lovely. Okay, Taurus. Okay. I hear you. And think about it in the context of the time wise that we're looking at this, right? So right now we're still in the summer tours, right? We're still in the summer. So there could be like a lot of home projects going on. There could be. There could be a whole lot of things that are on the table to be discussed, but ain't nobody talking about them. And in your mind, you're like, what? When are we going to discuss this? What are we doing here? What's going on? Can we get some kind of structure? Can we get a game plan? Can we figure a budget? Right? What's going to be our budget? Right? Stuff like that. A winged messenger in some way, shape, or form. Bird. Plane, meaning postal mail. Archangel, angels, winged messengers, any of that will reveal to you what's important here. What discussions do we have? What discussions do we not have? What things do we not even need to discuss because you know why? I'm going to handle it myself. And I'm not saying do it all yourself. I am saying make some decisions. Make some decisions and allow those winged messengers to guide you, right? Um, and you don't have to do everything by yourself. Yes, you can fly solo. If it's a decision like that, that you very much you're getting ready and willing to fly solo, because it just seems to not be working out, because maybe they never show up to your table. You're not getting what you want, what you need. Well, Taurus, that's why we grab a outcome card. And lately, like I said, in this batch of video, for some reason, the outcome deck also wants to give more clarifiers. So we'll see what happens, Taurus. Let's go. All right, Taurus for winged messengers. Taurus for winged messengers. Nope, we don't. Okay. Wow. Okay. Anything else? Good. Okay. Oh, the outcome. Ease. It's easy for me to receive. It's easy for me to receive. It's easy for me to receive. I believe another sign got this too. It is easy. It's repeated 3 times. It is easy for me to receive. It is easy for me to receive. It is easy for me to receive. Hmm. Yeah, Taurus, this sounds like to me we are making decisions on what conversations to have and what conversations to not have, what projects to do and what projects are not meant to be done, getting the awareness of what we can do. Maybe Taurus, you've been feeling that you've been relying on others too much. You are your own teacher, master, builder, supporter, encourager, cheerleader. You are your own. And I'm not saying that we don't love when we receive from others. That's what the ease is all about. But we got to start with self. So if we've been relying too much on others, then we need to start having these conversations or not having the conversations and walking away from it. And within that, ease. It is easy for me to receive. It is easy for me to receive. If we're practicing flying solo and our self-resilience, allowing the winged messengers to guide us, opposed to maybe someone else, maybe it's getting a little unhealthy. Ease. It is easy for me to receive. It is easy for me to receive. It is easy for me to receive. I honestly do think that this card is why so many people don't do this. They don't have self-reliance because they are thinking it's going to be very difficult to get the work done, very difficult to help themselves and do what needs to be done. Ease. It is easy for me to receive, right? It's actually not. It's just the stuff we tell ourselves. It's just the self stuff we tell ourselves. Maybe you need to have a conversation with yourself. After all those little birdies drop off, all those little messages, maybe you need to have a conversation with yourself. That it is actually very easy to heal yourself, love yourself, take care of things yourself. Number 15, compassion. Compassion for yourself. I can start there. Is this the card that really, yeah, this is. This definitely is. The frequency of compassion supports our ability to stand by others without judgment and be the divine mediator between heaven and earth, spirit and matter, so that unconditional love can flow from source through our heart into the world. Number 15. So this is the energy for you to have to carry you through the messages, the self-reliance, the ease. I do want you to know in the image of the winged messengers, even though that house is back there and it's all very interesting built, that's not the focus, right? That is not the focus of this card. It's miles away from where the focus is. The focus is this table. And this focus is definitely two chairs representing two people are supposed to be showing up to talk, but they're not there. So the winged messengers are there to take their place. So if conversations need to be had or not needed to be had, right? I can't make that decision for you. I have no idea, right? I know the winged messengers are coming. And then we can base our decisions off of that. But in the meantime, compassion for self and others, compassion for self and others, because there's nothing that's real serious and that needs to be done in the moment in this picture, in this. This, though, being the clarifier, self-reliance, I believe also makes that this compassion for self very important, especially because this is the outcome. Ease. It's easy for me to receive. It's easy for me to receive. So I do believe this is all about you, Taurus. That all the projects, all the lists, all the conversations that need to be had, all of it. Make a decision. Make a decision based on whatever the winged messengers send you. Let's wait for that first, because they're going to show up. They're going to show up. Let's make a decision based off of that as to what conversations actually are needed. Because sometimes they're not needed. Because you can receive easily. You can be self-reliant. You can have compassion for yourself and others while being self-reliant, while accepting with ease, while choosing to not have the conversation or prioritize. I can't even talk anymore. I've been here so long. Um, I think that's what's going on, Taurus. I think this is more, let's manage what is mine, what is theirs, compassion for myself, compassion for them. Have these conversations or don't have these conversations. That's a choice that's going to be decided amongst when the winged messengers show up. I really do think for some of you, it is just don't have the conversations. Like you're good. Just start practicing the self-compassion, the self-reliance, and start accepting things with ease, right? Because you're brilliant and smart and strong and talented and gifted and all these wonderful things. And you do maybe need to walk away from that table to be able to experience and acknowledge that. And that is giving yourself self-compassion, right? For other Tauruses, I think it might be a bit of the other route, as in, let's have these conversations inside of compassion. Compassion for self, compassion for others. I'm saying, like, if I was the Taurus in that scenario, it would be more of, I know what I can do. So I'm going to do this, this, and this. I'm going to do this, this, and this. You do whatever you need to do. You can do what you need to do on this list, but I'm not going to keep picking up and doing all this stuff, right? I'm not going to keep not having compassion for myself, right? I'm going to be a little bit more self-reliant in making my decisions that are going to help me receive with more ease. I think Taurus, wait for those messengers to show up. I really do. It's a very different reading from Aquarius, but self-reliance and um, compassion coming out, ease coming out. Yeah, Taurus, some of you need to just walk away from the table. I'm, do as you will. It's not even me telling you, it's the winged messengers telling you. Um, some of you I do think need to walk away from the table though. I really do. Um, because the other person's not showing up anyways, right? If the other person is not showing up, if the other person is not willing to have compassion for you and give you what you need to walk away from that table and learn self-reliance and learn that there are others that will give to you what you need. That's that receiving with ease. So take what you want with that, Taurus, because I do think some of you, it is walk away from that table. Ain't nobody showing up. No one's been showing up probably for quite a long time. Look at what's going on with that house. Like, you are not being fulfilled. Let those winged messengers remind you of how mighty and great you are, how self-reliant you are, and how there's a whole bunch of energy out there that wants you to receive. So that's what I'm going to say to you, Taurus. Cheers. All right, if you stuck around through this entire video, thank you. Awesome. Please give a thumbs up. Let me know in the comments if this resonates with you, especially if you're catching this, like I said, further into 2025. I'm going to pull some quote cards for each sign. So Aries, Libra, Cancer, and Taurus for a quote that can maybe get you through as well. Not just the energy that was pulled, but the quote. All right, so back to Aries. Aries, 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 beloved Aries. Aries is getting, whoa, whoa, whoa. Aries, little spitfire. All right, Aries. This is a quote for you. And I guess it's unknown, but here you go. Be where you are, not where you think you should be. I'll read it again, Aries. Be where you are, not where you think you should be. All right. Good job, Aries. All right, Libra. Libra, Libra, Libra. Libra. Building that nest, trusting they are provided for. Getting some relaxation. Love it. Go Libra. Libra, oh, Libra. Libra's right. Libra. Everything is created twice. First in the mind and then in reality. And that's from Robin Shomar. I'll read that again. There, see, Libra, start thinking about nesting. You got this. This is great. Relaxed, adventure, creativity. This is great. All right. I'm going to read one more time. Libra. Everything is created twice. First in the mind and then in reality. All right. Good quote for Libra. We're moving on to Cancer. Cancer, Cancer, the beloved Cancers of this world. I love them so much, Cancers. Cancers. Can't. Oh, okay. It is definitely in this area. Cancer. Here we go. All right, Cancer. Cancer. Even when we can't control the situation around us, we always can choose where we're directing our attention. That's from Liz Stanley. Beloved Cancer, you're not going to be able to control what's going on around you. That is why what is happening with you is happening with you. This is beautiful. You can focus your attention on the love and care that you need, the healing you need, the process that you're going through. I'm going to read it again. Even when we can't control the situation around us, we always can choose where we're directing our attention. All right, Cancer. Good. Moving on to Taurus, Taurus, Taurus. Taurus with a decision to make. What conversations to have, what conversations to not. Taurus, Taurus, Taurus. Taurus is in here somewhere. Oh, Taurus. Taurus. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. All right. All right, Taurus. And this is unknown as well. Everything you need, your courage, strength, compassion, and love. Everything you need is already within you. I'm just picking cards, folks. Taurus, I'm going to read it again. Please take that in. Everything you need, your courage, strength, compassion, and love. Everything you need is already within you. Good job, Taurus. Good job, Taurus. All right. Thanks everybody for listening. There is a playlist to this with, I broke up the zodiacs into, four at a time because these are long videos. Um, so if you want, please go back and watch. You can watch for I would definitely watch for your rising, your sun and your rising, most definitely. And or, your loved ones. It is good to know what our partners are going to go through. Just not to, to just be supportive and be there for them. Yeah. Oh, enjoy everybody. If you like this, give it a thumbs up. I am Courtney, host of Stars and Morning Light. A whole lot of great stuff happens at this channel. So if you haven't subscribed, consider subscribing. We are a community that supports one another, encouraging, and we just keep on shining. So bye, everybody. Thanks, folks.